Hello, welcome back to HTML. So, moving on. What we have so far, what we see when we run this code as it stands, is we have two hyperlinks there with bullets, and now we've got all our paragraphs, paragraph 1, 2, and 3, are all in red. I'll show you now in a minute why, and we have moved heading 1 to the right of the page. And we showed you that in the last video. Having a look at our 3 paragraphs, you'll see there's no formatting on any of the paragraphs on our index page. Going to style.css, we'll see that we have changed all paragraphs to color red, font size 30, and Arial. So that's that done. Today we want to talk about the navigation unit, and we want to have little blocks running horizontally across the page. First of all, we want the blocks to be colored. We want to have the whole page background, the whole navigation section having a background color. So we can go to our style.css and change the background color there. So I'm going to get rid of that hashtag so we can actually run it and see that the background color will now be this sort of yellowish color. So there it is for the navigation bar. Now, what if you want to have those links all must be black, not random colors like it is now? So then the A section, that A refers to the actual links themselves, the hyperlinks. And I've taken away the hashtag, so the color is now going to be black. Page 2 and 3 will be both be the same colors. Right, now, next thing that we want to do is have the those two must be horizontally aligned across the page. Horizontal, not vertical like that. So we'll float that to the left. So we have nav ULLI, float left. When we run it, and there we have a little bit of a mess. As you can see, hello 1, which is that first paragraph, has interfered, basically moving in. So over here in the paragraph section, I will say clear both. Let's see if that fixes the problem so far. Just as I did in the previous one for H2 when it was in the way for my paragraph over here. I'm going to run it, and then you'll see that hello 1 is back underneath. But there's not much space there, and we haven't got our background color either. Right, so what are we going to do is we'll make our navigation bar of a certain height. So nav height equals 38. Let's run it now. And as you can see, the background color is back. Remember, when we didn't have this, the background color had disappeared. Our lovely background color of yellow had disappeared as soon as we did our float left. But if we put the height in for the navigation bar, then the background color comes back. Now, of course, that doesn't look very pretty at all. First of all, we've got to get rid of the bullets. So here is the CSS code for that. Nav UL, list style type none. So that will get rid of the bullets for us. But we're still not happy because we need to have it spaced. So here, after we did the float left, let's go and put in a width for each of those bullets. Width, let's make it 120 pixels, semicolon, and also text align in each of its section center. So we'll text align it to the center for each of its little area of that width. So just imagine page 2 has got a width of 120 pixels, and the wording should be in the middle of that 122 pixels. So when we run that, you'll see that they are spaced out. Now, how do we know that they're in the middle of the pixels? Well, we're going to introduce blocks. So we'll say that each list item, take note as nav ULLI, nav ULLI, LL stands for list item, will be displayed in a block format, and padding basically is to center it vertically in its horizontal plane. So we'll see That's not actually working here. Padding, let's make it 10 pixels. Maybe page 2 and 3 will move up a bit. And there we go. So now it is in the center of its little area, page 2 and 3. Remember when it was 20, page 2 was too low. So padding will basically push it down to the center of the list item or up, depending on how many pixels you have basically included here. Now, if we want the links to change color when we hover on it, then we will introduce another little nav ULLI and then A for each of the links. Now this is a completely different wording. You don't have to remember all of this. You can look it up. You can refer to your notes. And it's just good to know that you have these different tools available. So hover, we're going to change the background color to a certain color. Now here's the interesting part. If I I'll say green, okay? Now I want to pick a color. So I can go and click on that little green box there. I can use my tool to choose a color, and then I'll just press enter, and then the code comes up. I know we couldn't see that very well. Then the text, say we want the text to change as well. So we have a little green box coming up, and let's say we want the text of the link to change as well. Then we will put in a color, colon, and then we have to go and let's say red. But if I want to make it red, why not? So we'll keep it red. I'm happy with red. Now, for some reason, I've got a little, don't know why I have that. It's giving me an error here. Nav UL list item A. Right, hover. Okay, I'll just have to get rid of that space over there. So now when we hover over it, that link should turn to a red color. And yeah. So let's run it and see. Oh, it's not actually working, is it? Nah. Let's see, what have I done wrong? So we have float left, text center, block padding. Right. Hmm. So when we hover, it's supposed to change color. There's nothing wrong with the code. There's nothing wrong with the color. If I had to take the background color out of the navigation bar, process of elimination, that's how you test things. Okay, the hover is not working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, instead of nav LRA, I'm just going to do A, hover. Nope, nothing's happening. So, ULLRA. Float left, display, style none, a color. Right, let's just change this to here. Don't know if it's going to make any difference. No, it doesn't make any difference. Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with the code. It is standard. And in the next video, watch for the space and we will have it fixed.